Hey, what up legends, how's it going? Kiwi and Bacon here. In today's video we'll be playing a weird boar deck that we created a couple days ago on stream. It is a little convoluted as it does require a lot of setup to work. However, it is extremely fun, satisfying to play, and it works decently well on the ladder right now, so hopefully that works as well for you. We'll jump into a game real quick, though before we do anything, I do have a giveaway coming up this Sunday. I'm going to be giving away a couple card packs to one of you guys. All you've got to do to participate in that giveaway is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what you do with the dust if you won those 7 card packs, and I'll enter you in a draw for those. So good luck to you. Now, the idea behind board control is to gain the control of the board and then smash your opponent's face with a bunch of boars that do too much damage because they're over buffed. The setup is a little weird. It does require you to have a bajillion card draw on the deck, as you do need your combo pieces before you can actually do anything. But since we do have a bajillion card draw, it is not too difficult for us to do so. And of course, apart from the card draw, we also have some board control aspects, aka explosive trap, aka the eagle horn bow, the flanking strikes, and somewhat lesser emerald spellstones. It kind of works in that way sometimes, so keep that in mind. Emerus is very important. If you can not keep it, don't keep it, but if you can dig for it as much as possible, do it, because you're gonna need her. And that is also why we have stitch trackers in the deck. The stitch trackers make it so it is easier for you to draw a specific card that you were looking for. By himself he doesn't achieve much, as he's only a weak 2/2, but he's still required in the deck because we do need specific items for us to be able to offer that combo to our opponent and grant them swift death. This cat doesn't know what's going on, but she will assist me in my quest. Get over here. Alright. We'll play the explosive trap. I know he can just shapeshift and all, but he doesn't know that that's what it is. He's probably gonna attack me. He could also just play a 2-drop. I don't know what he's playing. Steady shot was also a good option, but I want to confuse him a little bit. And, well, secrets is always a good way to confuse your opponents. Next turn is absolutely going to be... well... is he actually attacking? He didn't. Okay, interesting. So he must have thought it was wandering monsters. So my trick worked well.
To my side.
Animal Companion is not exactly what I wanted. Well, I mean the Leok out of Animal Companion. It's weak. It's not really something you want to see, but I guess I have to deal with. The armor part does matter a bit. It's not super important because we are going to have a lot of damage towards the end.
This beast will not be tamed.
Okay, so we'll get the Witchwood Piper. It's going to draw the boar out of her deck. And you are going to ask yourselves why we're running Tolvir Wardens. And the answer to that is to draw those 4/4 boars once you put them in the deck with the Dire Frenzy. It's easier for you to get them that way. So we'll go on ahead and do that.
Come dance to my
Piper.
Bear
Draw the card we were looking for. And, well... so far this is going quite well. I mean, I'm not in the best of positions. I might still have some difficulty with my opponent if he decides to put down some big taunts and all. In fact, taunts are probably what are gonna screw me over the most. You can most likely kill that. And that's unfortunate. Well, ooh, okay. I'm going to play this Wandering Monster. I'm going to play this Flanking Strike. We do have to get rid of those taunts. And we do have to get those Dire Frenzies and draw those boars back up. So that's what I meant about the setup. There is a lot of work you do need to do, but it's quite fluid, you know? The amount of work that you're putting in is not too crazy. It could have been much worse. Is this a trade here? Or... Okay, well, Ego Horn Bow. Kill that. Since he doesn't have armor anymore, I will keep my weapon. I don't really need to use it at the moment. Tracking might help us. The Deathstalker Rexar in the deck is to add some more charging creatures. So you can technically get better boars.
My thoughts are plagued.
Out of Deathstalker, so that's interesting sometimes. He's killing those. Okay. He's not really doing much. He is gaining some... Okay, he's gaining some armor that way. I wonder if he knows what we're doing. I would have waited until next turn for this, though. For the card draw aspect of it, but... if this is what he wants, we'll get the Stitched Striker. I will play Tracking. Okay. This is interesting. 12-Year Warden is good, but for later, so I don't really need it right now. I feel like playing Loot Hoarder and Witchwood Piper is interesting, though I do get a Loot Hoarder or Novice Engineer out of this, so I could play the Piper. That way I can go through 2 cards of the deck.
Dance to my song.
And we played Novice Engineer. We draw the Elec, which does help in case we do get the Dire Frenzy. We're going to need to get there like very soon, because I feel like my opponent is a bit annoying. Though I did go through most of, more of my deck than him, which is nice. I'm a bit scared, actually. I am 100% scared of what this is. I do have to go through the rest of my deck, though. So, Stitch Tracker, give me something. Okay, we'll take the 12-Year Warden, we're gonna need it. And then I think I'm gonna Emerald.
If you're sure.
Put some sort of opposition on the board right now. This is really for later. Once we get those boards back in the deck, we can actually draw them. I'm really missing that Dire Frenzy. And it's not too bad, because if he is playing King Togwaggle, I'm also like going through my deck extremely fast, so I'm not too scared of that.
Flower power.
Interesting. It could also just be an OTK deck, in which case I'm kind of screwed. I will go for Deathstalker here. Try to draw. Little amount of armor that I get might help me. Probably won't. It probably will not, but I still have to try. And man, do I want that Dire Frenzy. It doesn't seem like he's playing Malagos then. And I am drawing cards. I'm a bit confused why this is happening to me. That's a lot of health. There is the Dire Frenzy. Okay, so we can play that boar. Okay, we're gonna play Augmented Elec Boar. Dire Frenzy on the boar. So we get those sent back in the deck. We can draw 2 with a Tolvir. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. Somewhat. Okay. At the moment, I'm doing what I was looking to do. I've got 6 Stone Tusk Boar in the deck. As long as I'm drawing a couple of them, this ain't too terrible. We're gonna have to go through his armor and whatnot rather quickly. This could be a bit scary. However, I do appreciate the fact
A tangled web.
that I went through my deck rather quickly. And Druid is one of the best class, well, it is the best class at the moment on the ladder, but most Druid decks are excellent. In most situations, Druid decks actually work they are created with a degree of perfection in mind.
Death is eternal.
Most of the time, they will
Turn is
do
not.
exactly what you were looking for them to do with ease. He needs to get rid of that Augmented Elec. Okay. And he doesn't want to let me draw more cards with the Acolyte. That juicy Psychmelon doesn't do much. It was a combo piece, I'm assuming. We'll get the Tolvir out. We get our Stone Tusks. And I'm looking to do some damage. 3 is not enough. Right now, 3 is not enough. We need at least 4 or 5. So we're gonna need to draw some other ones. I feel like 1 or 2 turns might be what I need right now, but I might be wrong. And he... No. Okay. Well, he's getting rid of some stuff. Okay then. Well, he's got the rest of my boars in his deck. This is technically 24 damage. I will get this back. I want it back. Give it back to me. And then I will build a beast, which is going to be another rhino with a vicious scale hide. That's going to heal me a bit. I'm going to draw 1. Wait, whoops. Oh man, one of my boars. I don't need this.
Down.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I did lose one of my boars. I should have attacked with that Moonfire first. Didn't think about it. My bad. Though I still think that I'm in a decent position. Because yes, he's got that. However, I, on my end, still have a couple things to do. Okay, so there's Tolvir. I'm going to attack this. Gonna play the Tolvir. Those are there the boars are. Okay, so he might have a swipe, he might have a couple things, but I've got 5 giant boars, which are currently enough to kill him. I don't even need to play I don't even need to play Emrys right now. So that's fine. That also works. That actually also works. Does he have a way to get my hand, or does he have Azalina or something? That was a good try there. That was a very good try. However, my army was ready. Now one more turn and it would have been a bit bigger. I didn't really want to deal with this. He only had 2 cards left in hand, so not taking any chances. And there we go. That was quite nice. Right, let's try it once again. Maybe we'll get to use Emrys and do the full OTK. However, you know, being able to put down 4, 5, 6 different boars on the board at the same time, that's a lot of damage still. And most of the time that will be enough, unless you were playing against a druid or warrior, something along those lines. So you have to still be careful. I'm going to keep those 2 traps, hoping for the Emerald Spellstone, which of course we don't get. There's only 1 in the deck. We don't have enough traps to warrant putting 2. I feel like 4 traps is the most, you know, like for 2 spellstones we would need at least 6 traps, in my opinion. And the thing is that you don't even need Rat Trap. Like, Rat Trap is just an extra tool against combo decks and all. You don't always need it. I am playing against an odd warrior, so that is going to be quite interesting. I'm assuming he's going to get a ton of armor, so I'm most likely going to need to go for the full OTK in this game. And, well, I hope it works. Though it shouldn't be too complicated, because warriors do tend to be a little slower. And so I can get what I want taken care of how I want it. These cards are not exactly what I'm looking for. I will take the Acolyte to do some more card draw. I was looking for Emrys or something. Tolvir Wardens are for later in the game. There's only 1 boar in the deck. There's only one drop, so this is a waste on one drop. You have to wait until later to draw those 4/4s. So the better method to draw the boar would be to play the Witchwood Piper. And Witchwood Piper is excellent in this deck because even after you drew the boar, you can still get something else out of it. You know, you can draw your Loot Hoarders, your Novice Engineers. Well, basically, Witchwood Piper is just a cycle. It draws you into more card draw because everything in the deck that is not a internal combo piece draws you combo pieces. So, well, apart from spells, of course, but like every minion in the deck, apart from the Boar, the Elec, and the Emrys, helps you draw into those cards. So, that is quite decent. I do appreciate that. Oh, that was bad. Okay, that is a bad one. Here, here, draw the Witchwood Piper. Nice, and then I'm going to Animal Companion. That's okay, and then the Novice Engineer, which will draw me another Novice Engineer, which is just cycle, and that is fine. We don't mind about the cycle. We want to go through our entire deck as fast as possible. That is not too difficult of a task with a deck like this. And some people might say, yeah, but Kiwi, this deck just has too much card draw. And there's never enough card draw in a combo deck, in my opinion. And it's not really a true like OTK combo deck. It's more of like a setup combo deck. But it's still quite simple to go through it when you think about it, as every single piece of the deck was put in there for a reason, and once you play it, you get everything that you want taken care of. It kind of minimalizes the RNG component, because yeah, you can draw, you can draw your Tolvir Warden, but to draw the with Tolvir Warden you can draw the Stone Tusk Boar, but you don't want to do that. You want to draw it specifically from the Piper, right? And so there are multiple ways to go about it, and I really like that about the deck, and it's quite fun, to be honest.
Come dance to my song.
There's the boar. So already we could go in and put in some Dire Frenzies, but you want to have more than just 3 boars in the deck, and so you either have to wait for the second Dire Frenzy and play this for 9, or even better yet would be to oh nice, would be right to play it with the Elec for 1 cheaper, and that also works. I'm going to play the Novice Engineer.
You like my invention?
Tracking is good, but okay. Tracking is good, but I don't want to get either both Dire Frenzy or... Well, actually, no, it's feasible. Okay, Emrys. Emrys is alright. That is what we need, because if I don't get it right now, we will lose it completely. So, I'll draw Emrys. Okay, so we've got a few components. We have the boar and both frenzies, which puts all of the boars in the deck. Everything that we need as far as boars go is in the deck. Then Tolvir Warden guarantees that we draw at least 2 of those boars. The other issue I have here is that my opponent is playing a bajillion taunts, and that, unfortunately, I do not like. Attack with this. Attack with this. And I will play the Acolyte right here.
Pain, speak to me. Bare arms.
I will attack with this, and I will pass. I really don't like the fact that my opponent has a bajillion taunts, so I'm gonna have to bide my time. But I feel like this is alright. Ornery Dire Horn for 5. I mean for 8. It's not so... No, this is definitely not so great. Okay, let's go with Deathstalker, Rexar.
Eternal hunt has begun.
Kill this. And I'm gonna need some interesting things. I'm going to get the Plated Beetle, Beetle Penguin. That's a 2-mana 3/4. It's pretty good. Gives us some extra armor, which might be helpful. I feel like we do have to wait for this Dire Frenzy. I also just don't know how many more taunt minions he's got. This is quite interesting. He's gonna mail me a card. Wow. He did it. As long as he doesn't mill the other okay, because I could technically mill the other Warden. I don't want that to happen.
I must choose. Unity, precision, perfection.
Okay. I milled the other Warden. Okay, great. Well, Alec. Boar. Frenzy. The only reason I'm doing it this way is because explosive. Okay. So now I've got 6 boars in the deck, which is plenty. I can keep the other Dire Frenzy for something more control-y than what I have right now. So let's get rid of that. Well, get rid of the Divine Shield.
Light the fuses!
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm somewhat totally fine with that, I guess. Here's one boar. We get the Tolvir Warden out. Get a couple more. Get the hero power. Silence is good. Alright. And then we also play this 2-3. So we gotta get rid of his taunts first, because this is not really enough. And I know I can play Emrys at any point, but I don't really like this. So we can silence some of his taunts.
I wonder.
I don't know. I feel like we're still in a decent situation. And I also feel like I'm going to have to wait until I get those boars before I play the other Dire Frenzy. However, I mean, there's only 8 cards left in the deck, so that's not too terrible. Okay, these trade. Protects my face, removes my armor. That is fine. What else does he play here? Back to boom. Okay. Oh, and he can get some more armor. I do not like that. Okay, well, gonna go with the stitched tracker. We're gonna get a boar. We're gonna attack. I am at 9 cards, so I have to play things. Life Drinker slash Young Dragonhawk. I can play it immediately. Deal 3 right now. 4 boars is 32 damage. Yeah, it's 32 damage after Emrys. It's not exactly what we need. Since he's playing warrior, we need a bit more.
Okay then.
Though he did play Dr. Boom, and that slows down his armor gain. He's got 1 out of 5 chances of getting that hero power. However, it is much higher than usual. But I still feel like this is a better option for us currently. So I feel like we have a good chance at this. And also, of course, Rat Trap. Nice. Look at him. Okay. This also got Rush. Okay, here's another boar. Gonna play Wandering Monster. I'm gonna play the Alec. Direwolf is fine. Okay, so we'll put this down. I just need to get rid of some cards. I know there's some more boars in the deck. Currently, my charge is for 40 damage. He's at 44. We need 1 more boar. Currently. But we have to go through this methodically, right? We cannot just say, oh, okay, this is something I want to do. I'm just going to go all in and maybe that's going to work. Now, you have to do it when you can do it. And I think that drawing that last boar is going to be the final nail in the coffin for my opponent. Shit, now I'm one off. For now. Okay, plays Iron Beak, which doesn't really matter. And I might have to go face with this Zombeast right now.
Oh, I love that fuse thing.
There is the last boar. Okay. So now I've got all of my 6 boars. Play Amorous. Got 6 8/8s. That is a bit insane. 48 damage. My opponent is at 46. And if anything, now we finally have the Dire Frenzy for an extra 3 damage. We might have a chance. Shield Slam goes through like butter. For sure. It's a nice kill. Wandering Monster is a Silverback Patriarch. Interesting. I just don't want him to play taunts. Oh, well. He lost. Oh. Excuse me, friend. Alright, and of course, just for the little finish here. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, he never had a clue. Well, he did, but he couldn't do much about it. That was great. I appreciated this game very much. And I hope you guys did too. This is what I'm talking about when I mean boar control. You control until you get what you need, and then you send your boars right into your opponent's face for the finish. And it is oh so satisfying. Give it a try. You will definitely not regret it. That is pretty much it for me today. Thank you everyone for watching, of course. And I will see you for the next video. Bye-bye.